Welcome back to the Giants, guys. Tonight we introduce a game called SOS as the Giants fall to 1-7 on the season. You don't want to miss the Daniel Jones debate at the end. It gets a little heated. Also, follow these guys on Twitter.
Bang. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. You know me, you know us. We are the Giants, guys. No smiles today. There's a lot of emotion riding high. We're here to entertain you for about an hour. We got a lot of things to go through. And what can I say about another heartbreaking loss? I'm Craig Santucci, your host and the owner and operator of nygiantsrush.com. You definitely know these guys. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome aboard. You're listening to the Giants, guys. These are my guys. I got Michael Stewart. I got Mikey Fresh. I got Jeff, and I've got Spiro. We're here to kind of break down what we saw, what happened. We're going to dig in a little bit. Realistically, the New York Giants once again find themselves with another L in the column. I kind of want to break down a little bit on how close are we? Because that was the most competitive they've been all year. Yeah, exactly, Spiro. It feels like it's right here, and then it feels like it's so far away. However, I'm throwing a twist in this week. Last week, I thought, man, maybe we were a little whiny. We were bitching a little bit because we thought we should have won that Eagles game. We had no business winning that game on Sunday. 11 points was the spread, I think Monday. It was. You're playing against Tom Brady. You're playing against the fourth best defense in the NFL. And what do the Giants do? They break our hearts again. So, in fact, let's do this, guys. We will move on with this last point I want to make. The Giants have lost the last 3 games within 6 points. That makes it feel, this close. And it'll also remind you that every single play means something. Okay? Right? Game of inches, as Spiro likes to pull out the tape measure once in a while. All right? All right, guys, let's have some fun. Because it sucks to lose, and it sucks to lose all the time. So the Giants guys got together this past week, and we toasted a beer, and we came up with an idea, and this new section is going to be called SOS. What does it stand for? It stands for sucks less, okay? Yes. Or didn't suck as much. All right. So this is how this works, gentlemen. I'm going to give you a player. You're going to hold up your sign to the camera who sucks less or sucks more, which is the acronym of SOS, sucks or sucks less or more. And then if there's a tie, I'm going to go to one of you guys to break the tie, all right, for commentary. Let's start off with player number 1. Shane Lemieux starts for Will Hernandez. Does he suck less, suck more, suck sometimes? Flash him up, boys. Let me see what you got. Ooh, sucks less. What do you got, Mr. Stewart?
I'm finished writing it.
He's writing it. Look. Sucks less. Bang. Sucks less. That is basically a unanimous vote. He had a fantastic game. Do you guys agree?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he looked good out there.
Real quick, we're going around. We're going to go through this, and then if there's any commentary that we need. Fresh, did you really like his game? Did he play well?
Yeah, that was the best the line looked as a unit, I think, all season. 2 or 3 plays where I said, "Oh wow, Barkley takes that to the house. Too bad he's not playing behind this offensive line." They were getting after guys and really the best game in pass protection. So yeah, kudos to the offensive line.
Looked great. All right, player number 2. Get ready. Sucks or sucks less, Mr. Golden Tate.
Damn, that's a tough one.
What do you got? Come on. Let's see. Sucks more. Sucks backwards. And
I'm the only one,
Spiro, let me see it. Spiro.
Hey, you could do it. You could do it.
Didn't suck as much. Okay, so I've got basically sucks more. Spiro goes with a sucks less. Spiro, I'd like to know why you think sucks less.
Well, first of all, his wife sucked. But as for Tate
We'll
himself,
get into that in a minute. That's a whole Instagram, Twitter thing.
We'll dive into that a little later.
Yeah.
But as for his play on the field, I mean, you throw him the ball and he's going to make a tough catch. Let's be fair about this. Is he getting open? I don't know. His wife seems to think so. I do think that Tate is down on the totem pole in targets. He's just not getting the ball thrown to him enough because Jones doesn't trust that to throw the ball unless he sees it open, and Tate's not really open very much. So that last one, he was open. He threw it on him. Tate makes a tough catch. I think he caught the targets that he could, and then he made that sick tossback pass early in the game that Garrett called. So,
all right. So I'm going to go, Michael Stewart. Give me a little bit here. Are you leaning towards what Spiro just said, or do you still think he sucks?
He sucks. One catch is not going to make a difference. I was hoping that he would get traded today because he got he caught a touchdown, threw a pass over to Goldman and that little reverse thing, and I was hoping he'd get traded, but.
Sorry, Spiro, you are voted down because the body of work says that he runs out of bounds, falls in open territory.
Oh yeah, if we're going whole season, I'd say sucks.
So we are all doing this to Spiro right now because you are you are voted down. He sucks. All right,
fight the good fight.
All right, you are to leave the island. Player number 3. Andrew Thomas, left tackle, first-round draft pick, had a really rough year, and all of a sudden someone shows up and he looks a lot better. Sucks or sucks less, boys? Let me see him. Sucks. Sucks less. He didn't suck as much. Michael Stewart, what do you got? Sucks less. Oh, gotta go to you, Fresh. You say he sucks. I've got 3 people over here that says sucks less. Why are you saying he sucks?
Because he's got to get better. He's got to get better. I mean, we're not gonna let him off the hook. Like we're here trying to find a guy that can not look like a high schooler out there, which is what he looked like the last month. So he's got to get better. One game next to Lemieux doesn't show me anything. He's got to be tenacious and be a rock over there and just continue to show it to me.
That's tough because he has a point, guys. One game doesn't make a season. But it sure looked damn good against the 4th-rated defense in the NFL.
And
Mikey
JPP,
Fresh,
who swore he was going to wreck the Giants.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Mikey Fresh.
Much, did we?
You're voted down, Mikey Fresh. We've got faith in the big man, and he's had a strong enough game that we're feeling good.
Got the cappy.
Exactly.
Espresso.
Lemieux might have been the missing token the whole time. Okay, player number 4. This one is actually my favorite because there's got to be a unanimous vote on this one. Alfred Morris, backup running back, came over to fill in because we've been going through running backs pretty rapidly. Alfred Morris, gentlemen, what do you have?
Dude, I was going to put a blank too.
Me too.
That's so funny.
He gets a blank. Blank is what he gets.
Well, blank is the ultimate disrespect.
He just looks slow as molasses out there. Like you can't find a guy. And you know what? Credit to the offensive line. They actually gave him some yards. He gained some yards strictly based on the blocking. But I could have gained those yards.
I like to give him a W. Stands for washed.
Washed.
Yeah, it's our fault that we have him. Yeah, it's our fault.
Why him and not Javion Leak or a young guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are we going back to what? He was never even an elite in his prime.
Which is interesting, Jeff, because you got to scratch your head. Like, is it like we've stuck up for Gettleman forever, but is that a Gettleman answer? Because like first I got it. I stuck up for Gettleman when he brought in Jonathan Stewart because it's all it was a shoulder to cry on for Barkley when he couldn't find the shopping mall. You know what I mean? Like Barkley's like, well, where do I buy food around here? You know what I mean? Like he was just a buddy. He was a mentor. He's not going to mentor Saquon Barkley, but this one's a head scratcher.
He's also the 5th string guy. I wouldn't put too much stock in it.
I don't think it's a big deal. That's why you got a blank. I don't. It's a nothing. It's a nothing. He's
gone after this week when Freeman comes, or hopefully Freeman comes back.
All right. In my eyes, he still sucks. All right.
He does.
Player number five golden rings. That'll be coming up because
I got
Christmas is not that
5
far
on
away.
it.
Yep.
You
Me and
missed him.
Spiro were singing. All right, player number 5. He's my favorite. Mr. Pilgrim likes to call him the dumpster fire. Evan Ingram. What do we got, boys? Suck or sucks less? Ooh, sucks less. He didn't suck as much. Sucks more. Oh, and sucks. Hang on.
Got 2-2. Who's the tiebreaker here?
All right.
How do
So
we do this?
I'm going to go. Wait.
You should be the
hold yours back up
tiebreaker.
again. Sucks less. You had sucks. So you're suck. You didn't suck as much. Sucks less. So you two are on the less. You two are on the more. All right. So I'm going to go with you, Spiro. No, Jeff. I'm going to go with you.
Let Jeff take this one.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff, explain to me why you think he sucks less.
Well, listen, we can only grade 1 week at a time, right?
What?
So this
Yes.
is Evan
Why?
Ingram. I mean, if Evan Ingram has that game without the whole backstory, you're thinking, okay, this is who Evan Ingram is. He can make some plays. He can catch some balls. He made several first downs. The guy did not play bad yesterday. He's disappointed us all year, but he did not play bad yesterday.
I'll add
Oh,
one more point to
career.
that.
Oh,
He
career.
caught the ball that he should have caught in the Eagles game
Yes, he did.
against Tampa.
God
He
help
made
him
that,
if he dropped
that
it this time.
outstretched, and he was focused on that, and he brought that in.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though. That's like saying David Tyree in game 1 of preseason the following year catches it off his helmet, but not in the Super Bowl. You know, like it doesn't matter.
He's got a good point. Because guys, here's the thing. He looked good. Why did he look good? Because the line looked good. When the line looks good, Jones had more time to get him the ball. Because I think Michael Stewart, you agree, like it's still a body of work. One game doesn't make a season, right?
Well, yeah, but they utilized him good. Yes, they had him in motion a lot. You can't put him on the line along the line. That's what they did yesterday. They put him in motion and they used his speed.
He still dropped 2 balls, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
He did. How many targets was he? I didn't look at that.
Jeff,
I got
look
you.
that up.
Watch it.
He had
I need a mute button.
He had
a
10
dump button.
targets.
10 targets, 5 catches.
And he had
I mean,
drops, you said?
I'm pretty sure he had 2 drops.
5 catches, 61 yards. I didn't see any egregious drops.
Yeah, nothing
like in
too
Philly.
crazy.
What? He dropped that curl route right over the middle.
Mm.
He
I
wasn't-
don't remember it as
Yeah,
much.
I'm not pissed at him for this game. Put it
Oh,
that way.
this is a tough one. I'm gonna give Spiro and Jeff the call on this one. Sucks less.
Good
Next
choice.
player number 6, Mr. Wayne Gallman. Wayne Train. What do we got, boys?
I'm gonna give him a little pass.
Yeah. Yes,
Suckles.
that is unanimous. Because guess what?
He ran his ass off.
Not only
Wayne
did he
Train.
run it, not
He
only did he
kept it
run his
up.
ass off, Mikey Fresh, but he caught one pass for 18 yards. He's showing you that, hey, I actually can play. Maybe you guys ought to try using me.
May I? Because
Yeah.
I've been very
Yeah.
hard. I've been
Yeah.
very hard on Wayne Gallman.
Eat that crow.
And I feel like he became a giant yesterday. He looked like a football player. He looked like a running back. He
Play
was
hard.
running between the tackles. He was getting the tough yards. He did everything that we could have asked of him yesterday. He scored major points for me yesterday.
Good. I feel the same way. Not only is it unanimous, but it also just proved that one is this whole like change of pace thing is not necessary. You don't need to have a second back when you're only getting 15 carries. It would, listen, and Penny had a great catch, right? So like I was fine with what Goldman did, almost to the point, like you said, Jeff, maybe, we've been hard on him, but really hasn't had an opportunity because guess what? There hasn't been any holes. Mr. Shane Lemieux's opening holes.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So moving on, we are up to number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, just count. I can do it in 10. All right, Will Hernandez, which
We're talking the whole season here.
Whole season, right?
Yeah, you have to give me the whole season because he has a quarantine option going on right now.
Quarantine. I mean,
Yes.
he
Yes.
has.
Yes. Give it to me fresh. Yes. That's 2 in a row. It's unanimous. And we're not making this up. He's got short arms. He does not finish
Like
blocks.
short arms.
He is a T-Rex.
Yo, Mikey laminated his stuff. Look how fresh
Yeah, I
that
know.
is.
Damn, I feel
my
outclassed.
wife's a teacher. My wife's a teacher. I'm very prepared.
So is mine. I'm gonna give my
You know
wife
what,
some
Mikey
crap
Fresh?
tonight.
You get the A, and they get to stay after class.
Yeah.
That is a unanimous on Will Hernandez. Shane Lemieux came in one game, created a whole different vibe on the offensive line. And as Jeff alluded to before the show, Goldman goes in for the touchdown. Who is behind him? Shane Lemieux and Andrew Thomas
Plowed the
in the
road.
end zone,
Incredible.
celebrating with him. Michael Stewart, did you see? I think Lemieux spiked the ball.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you did it. I wasn't watching that part, but yeah.
Gallman handed Lemieux the ball and he spiked it. It was cool. So you know what that tells me? They're having fun.
Yeah.
It looks like they found a nice change.
It was good to see 3 rookies on the offensive line at one
Yeah.
time: Pert,
Yeah.
Lemieux, and Thomas. And then you have Gates, who's essentially,
First-time center, right?
First-time center. So
Can
Well-
I say something about Hernandez? I know Craig's not going to like this.
Uh-oh.
Why you gotta be a buzzkill?
We're just trying to have fun here, Michael Stewart.
No. I last night was great. I love watching the line, the enthusiasm.
Yeah, but
I still will not give up on Hernandez. He's still young.
I agree.
you don't have to give up on him. His ass is going to be on the bench. That's not giving up on him.
Well, so you think he should no longer? You think he should get Wally pipped here? That he should just be riding the bench the whole time?
Oh,
I
Look
think
it, watch it. Look it. Ready?
you gotta
think
remember,
Zietler's gonna walk, and then you got both of them at guard. But I don't know why they didn't make any trades, dude.
Well, we should
Nothing?
talk about that too.
Zeitler's not going to go. And you're going to see Hernandez is going to get a rotation this week, and then they're going to so it's not a true Wally Pipp, Spiro, because they said about 2 hours ago, Judge said there's going to be a rotation.
Right,
right. Zeitler signed a 3-year deal. I just saw.
Yeah, I mean but they still might trade him in the offseason. I think Zeitler's like a candidate.
I'm bucking the trend here, and I'm saying
Wait, back up. It's fresh. What do you mean he just signed a 3-year deal? I didn't see
No,
that.
his
No,
original
it was he's got a 3-year deal. He didn't just sign it.
Oh,
He's-
yeah. So next
yeah.
year, last season,
It's got one more year,
Yes.
right?
contract. Okay.
All right.
No, I think he's got another one after that.
No, he
think
got
so.
one
No,
last
he
year,
played
this
last year.
Next year.
Yeah. His original deal was a 3-year deal.
Right.
Yeah, so
He's in year 2 of a 3-year deal.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, I'm rolling on, and Spiro already, jumped ahead of the class. Okay, player number 8 would be Matt Pert. Easy one, right?
I know. I mean, how
Yep.
could you- how could you-
Suckles.
Of course. Bang. Third unanimous vote in a row. Rotating Pert in. Michael Stewart, what do you like about Pert?
Well, like I said last week, when I watched him play, it looks like the game isn't fast to him. He's staying with the speed. He looks very within himself. He doesn't look like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's looks very confident. That's what I like about him. And I watched him a couple. He finishes his blocks. He stays on a block until the whistle. He doesn't stop. So that's
As our new writer Michael Stewart Smalls would say, is that Matt Pert's arms are as long as her body, and she has a little picture of her next to standing next
That
to
was
Pert.
great.
Yeah,
Longest arms in the whole draft class.
yeah. So Spiro, you are you comfortable with this rotation, or do you want to see Pert become the starting right tackle?
I want to see him start. I want to see him
I would
start.
love for him to take the whole job, but I think
Yeah.
I mean Fleming you haven't heard Fleming's name a ton, so you got to give him credit for at least he's been battling recently. But they're easing Pert in, and I'd say by the bye
He's
he's
not
going to start taking the majority of the snaps once the bye comes through.
Okay.
Columbo's doing good work with him. Really
I don't
good.
think anybody on the O line is going to get a bad grade yesterday. Zeitler had a couple bad
Yeah,
penalties,
agreed.
but the refs
That
are
first
the
one,
refs are a
the
whole
first one
different
was bogus. He completely missed
ticky-tack.
them too.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
that was a
Yeah.
bad call. They got a
All
lot
right.
of bad calls against them, the Giants.
So yeah,
Number 9.
what else is new?
Player number 9. Number 9. Paging player number 9. Logan Ryan. What do we got?
Oh boy. Let's see. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh, Spear. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Whoa.
Just didn't think it was his best performance.
I am shocked right
Yeah.
now.
Wait, we're talking
Gotta go with
this
it.
game. We're talking this game because I think this season's been good.
Whatever
But
you want.
I just didn't think.
I want to know what you think about Logan Ryan as a body of work, all of it,
Well, body of work, I'll give him that. But
Yeah.
not
So
minutes.
I'm judging based on this game. I thought this was his worst game of the season, but like he didn't do bad, but he just
okay.
He was laying on some big passes. He just didn't look like he was making game changing plays like he usually does.
Spiro, let me ask you a question though. I'm going to run with what you're saying. And I'm not holding you to this if you don't remember. Was he more second half or more first half? The only reason why I ask is he laid that great smack on that guy. I think he hurt himself. You saw him go off the field.
Yeah.
They threw a pass interference or unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, that was bull crap.
Yeah, which by the way, they took it away, and two plays later they called it on
Yadam, which was also ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So my first question is, do you think he was hurt, and maybe his game suffered because he was hurt?
I thought before that he was he listen. I think he missed a blitz. He missed a tackle or two. I just didn't feel like he was as sharp as he usually is.
I saw that.
And that's right.
He did get.
And I'm not fault. Listen, everybody has an off game, but on the season, on the whole, definitely didn't suck as much. But
yeah,
last night wasn't his best performance in my opinion.
It's just hard to pick on the defense,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, anybody right? Just much like the offensive line last night.
He hasn't picked on the defense at all.
No,
right.
No. I think Logan Ryan was like a gift from God, because normally when we pick up guys in the off season, they're usually bad. I always Fresh. You're too young for this story probably, but I think I was in college. Jerry Reese goes to camp with two safeties. Okay, it was like Phillips and I can't remember who the other one was.
CC Brown.
Wait, hang on. I'm getting there. That's where I'm going. So they get hurt, right? Phillips gets hurt. Kenny Phillips gets hurt, and I can't remember who they say. So they signed two safeties, CC Brown, which was can't cover Brown, and the other one's name was Aaron Rouse. Okay,
yeah, brutal.
The next screen, they were so bad. I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Rouse was working that shop right, and they literally, like Jerry Reese was getting his groceries bagged.
They brought him back, right?
That's that Michael Stewart.
No, didn't they draft him a long time ago?
Rouse.
No, that's
he's no Aaron Ross.
Aaron Ross. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron Ross. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the two guys they signed was CC Brown and Aaron Rouse.
Oh,
I
Rouse.
can't wait for McKinney to come back
terrible.
though. I can't wait for McKinney to come back and let Logan Ryan do his thing and be all over the field.
Yeah,
have him and Peppers and Ryan. That's gonna be a nice little combo.
I know Peppers has been in the conversation about trading this and that. I'm telling you, if you watch the game, and I know
He played very well last night.
Yeah, it was a good game.
He led the team in tackles yesterday, and he's still from a technical standpoint. Just listen, I was a defensive player. I might not have been that big or strong, but hitting and tackling were the only thing I had going for me. That dude tackles, perfect form tackles every time. Every time. I mean, you rarely see Peppers miss a tackle.
He has back-to-back good games too.
He likes
now.
contact.
He's healthy now.
Not only is he healthy, Fresh, I think they found a spot for him.
Uh-huh.
I think they finally figured out that he's the monster back or the Joker back or the whatever you want to call it. So yeah, good. All right, number 10, and I had to do it. I really don't want to go here. So you know what? No. You know what?
Don't do it.
It is.
Nope.
I'm ready.
Switching it up because I already know we're gonna get to that. 10th final player, which is not a player, is going to be Coach Joe Judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Got 3. Fresh.
Hold on, I got something for this.
Whoa. He's disappearing.
You getting a frappuccino? What are you doing?
Yeah,
For all you people watching, Mikey
Joe
Fresh does 2 things during our podcast. 1, he drinks cappuccino. And 2, he disappears at least 2 times during the show. Don't know where he goes or what he does.
He does curls. He does curls.
Yeah, he's pumping some out right now.
You giving Joe a 10?
Yeah, because he's throwing his he's throwing these sorry bag of bums on his back. It's a shame. It's a shame what they're giving him from a roster standpoint. He's carrying this team. The game plans are superior. He's undermanned. In every game, he's keeping them competitive. So let's go. Joe Judge, come on.
Anybody see the video of him after the game?
Yeah.
He was
hot,
like,
dude.
it's an effing joke. That's an effing joke. And he is so pissed off. I just love this guy's attitude.
Spiro, the post-game conference, they go on for 15 minutes about Daniel Jones. Is there any reason why you wouldn't think Daniel Jones is your quarterback? Ready? Spiro, he's like this. No.
Yeah. Nope.
That's it.
He is just everything you want to have a coach right now, man. He says all the right things. He gets the fan base behind him.
We just gotta, man. They really need to hit on the draft this year. And
all right, we're not talking draft, Fresh. Dial it back. Let's move on. That was called SOS, Suck or Suck Less. We're gonna do that because you know what? It's a little bit of fun instead of us whining and crying like we want to do. And trust me, I am very good at whining and crying.
And when you're 1-7, you either sucked or you sucked less, right? Like nobody's outstanding here. So.
Exactly, because by the way, that would be SOS. We don't have any outstanding, right? Just suck or sucks left. All right, SOS. We're gonna edit. The mechanic down there is gonna edit that in. I want to see an SOS in the post production. All right, moving on to what we call the swap. This entire year is all been about terrible offensive line play. Have we not been talking about that for 7 weeks, right? Hernandez ruled out for a COVID quarantine. His replacement is Shane Lemieux, 6'4", 310 from Oregon, 5th-round draft pick. The O-line coach, Mark Colombo, said in the beginning, toward camp, the problem they had with Shane Lemieux was he wanted to fight everybody, and he had bad footwork. Fighting everyone's fine. Bad footwork and fighting together combo, not good. Exactly. So they've been working really hard on getting him to understand that, fighting, just gets you penalties, right? The Giants are not a highly penalized team. So they are disciplined. So my question to you guys is, I thought Shane Lemieux crushed it. I don't think Will Hernandez is necessary any longer. They are going to rotate. My question for you guys is, since he made such a great impact and it looked like he rubbed off on Thomas, is this Lemieux's job to lose? And I'm going to start with you, Jeff.
I am good with Shane Lemieux. I mean, you don't mess with chemistry, right? They just had a phenomenal game against a very good defensive front that we had no business playing with, right? He held his own. If this group is gelling, you don't mess with it. Hernandez, listen, I'm not saying we're done with Hernandez. It's a 1-game sample. The rookie played great. 3 rookies played great. But this might be a kick in the ass for Hernandez that he needs to get motivated. If Zeitler's not the long-term answer, can you turn him into a right guard? Listen, depth is very good, and depth is something we're not used to. So I'm not done with Hernandez by any stretch. He's still on a rookie deal. You're going to keep him and rotate him in. That way somebody gets banged up, inevitably just swing him right in and you don't lose too much. That's why Joe Judge wants that rotation. So in my eyes, though, it's Shane's job until he loses it.
Michael Stewart.
Oh, look, Jeff just said it. He played very well yesterday, and I was pulling for that kid, and I watched him on a lot of plays, and he's like Purdy. He don't give up. He keeps battling for the whistle. It is probably his job right now, but I don't think you'll see the last of Hernandez. He'll get his snaps.
Spirit, what do you got for me?
I'm gonna go against you guys here, but listen, loved everything Shane did, but now there's tape out on him, so let's see what happens. Let's ease him in. Let's not just
throw him right into the fire. Spiro. He's a Hall of Famer.
let's not throw him right into the fire here. I think Will Hernandez still could have a future with this team. So I know you don't like him. But he had a good rookie year, so we can't throw that away totally.
One good year and 1.5 bad years.
What happens when Shane goes down? If Shane goes down, you want Hernandez. You need
listen,
depth.
Oh right. No, I'm not saying get rid of the guy. I'm just saying he's going to ride the power.
And I hate to tell you guys this, but and I've been saying it all along. I still think Zeitler's a candidate to get traded in the offseason because of his salary. So you could still have Lemieux and Hernandez as your 2 guards. So let's ease him in, and injuries will happen. Maybe somebody goes down, but I think all three of these guys are going to get a ton of snaps, and they're working people in the right way.
Fresh, talk to me.
Totally agree. I like him and I like Hernandez and Lemieux at guard moving forward and finding some value for Zietler. And let's be real. I think one of you had said it. Like the competition's a good thing right now. Like nobody on the offensive line ever was at risk of losing their job because somebody else was going to outplay them.
Yeah, they were rookies, right?
You know what I'm saying? So like I like it. I think it's gonna, like you said, rotation this year, and then next year, let's get some value for Zietler.
Yeah, agreed.
That's like your quota right there. That's like your third time you left the screen.
Oh, really?
It's got to keep the veins popping, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm in agreement with all you guys. The main thing is what I want to say is what I started the segment off in. We're 8 games in. Every week on this show, which by the way, you're listening to the Giants guys. That is us. When you listen to the Giants guys, everyone out there's like, guys, talk about something different. But we can't because for 7 weeks, we've talked nothing. Listen, where's my dang phone? We will go through my phone if I have to. It has been 7 weeks of nothing but how Andrew Thomas is a bust. That has been the all of all conversations. Am I not correct?
Yeah.
It's been a heavy topic.
Do you just happen to think by accident that Andrew Thomas played well? By accident, he just chose the game that the new guard played next to him. No, it's not coincidence. All of a sudden, he had a real guard next to him. Watched it, Spiro. Tweet it out tomorrow, Spiro. Watch it. You know what he does? He sticks with his blocks, and as soon as he sees something coming in, he slides and he nails it.
I know you're going to hate this.
Has a feel for the game.
You're going to hate this, but your boys at PFF gave him a 12.8 pass blocking rating.
But that's wrong though.
I'm not saying that he deserved that grade.
I saw that too.
I watched like he missed that one of the sacks that Jones took was on him because he just got the wrong guy. He's going to make a mental mistake here and there. He's a rookie. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus for that. But let's ease him in. I love what he's doing. Let it all play out.
I don't see.
Let it all play out.
This is why we're the Giants guys. Because you know what makes me crazy? It's like game 1, Andrew Thomas is a bust. Game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, game 6, game 7. He finally plays a great game, and everyone's like this. We should bring the other guy back who sucked for 7 weeks.
Why doesn't Thomas just maybe get better on his own? You don't think you think it's all directed next to the guy next to him?
I do, because 1, there's a confidence. 2, he realizes all of a sudden the play that he thought he had to make, the other dude made it. Like the other guy made his job easier. Watch the tape. He's so aggressive. You watch Hernandez, he sits back with his little dinosaur arms and he's like this. Watch the tape. I'm telling you, all of a sudden Thomas is going, dude, I can handle this guy one-on-one because you're chipping and taking your own guy. I'm telling you, Spiro, watch it. He's pushing with this hand. He's coming back and chipping. Moving on. Next segment. We are going to talk about the defense because the defense is actually fun to talk about because there's just a ton of cool stuff going on. And we don't even have a healthy Logan Ryan and a McKinney. And
Jimenez.
Some cool things happened during the game. I mean, 1, Mayo came back and played a nice game. First game back, they had him playing a little outside linebacker. There was a play where they actually lined up 3 linebackers on one side, 3 outside linebackers. Boom, boom, boom. It was pretty cool. Leonard Williams is making an enormous impact to the point it's going to be really hard to say goodbye to this guy because he's getting snaps on the outside. And I think Fresh, me and you might have talked about it. Like, let the cat go because he can actually play outside. In fact, I'm going to say this. Let's not to be geeky about it, okay? But I'm talking about Michael Stewart. I saw Leonard Williams stunt, okay, but not stunt. He was all the way on the right side. He came in, he was blocked, all 4 guys. He pulled himself out of the play, scraped all the way down the line, past all 3 guys, and found a hole and went in. It was tremendous. I mean, he literally was. Nobody was getting anywhere. He dropped back, went behind 3 other linemen and found a hole and came in. Leonard Williams is a baller. I don't know if we can afford to let him go. And of course, Tomlinson was just busting down the doors. I don't know how we can ask for anything more out of these guys. And Dexter Lawrence, again, he's still coming into his own, right? So what are we doing with this defense? Let's talk about how good they were. What did you like, Michael Stewart, about the defense? Like, what stuck out to you the most?
Well, you mentioned Leonard Williams. He was tenacious last night. Like you said, he made a sack. I know they had 3 sacks. I know he made a sack, and he was almost had a couple of sacks, but he was just short of getting to Brady. And Brady, he's crafty. He's not going to get sacked that quickly. And again, Tomlinson and Lawrence, they're 2 bulls. Those guys. It's going to be tough to keep those 3 guys next year, but it's nice watching them right now because that line's pretty good.
Jeff.
Leonard Williams has been freaking great, man. That guy is an absolute baller. And you're right. Would love to keep those 3 big guys in there in the middle. It'll be tough to make it work, but the defense played inspired. They deserve to win. They really do. They kept us in every single game this year. They definitely deserve better than what they got yesterday. The only thing not to like, and this isn't really the defense's fault, it's more Graham, but when you're rushing 3 on 3rd down against Tom Brady, I mean, you have to pressure Tom Brady. You got to make him feel uncomfortable. You give him time, he's going to find somebody. The guy's like 56 years old. He can still throw the ball. He's hasn't slowed down. Like, his arm still looks great. I was actually pretty impressed with his arm, but the defense is playing way over their heads for first time together. Blake Martinez, again, causing a fumble, making his presence known, tackles all over the field. The guy, absolute stud. I love the defense, man. And can you imagine with McKinney, with Zoe, with Zimenez together over time?
Yeah.
This is going to be a very good defense.
Like
They're not done yet.
Right.
No. And as I mentioned, Mayo isn't supposed to be some star stud, but what a great backup, right? What a great guy that can come in,
great
play
depth
inside.
guy.
Yeah, and I give Gettleman credit on that when he picked him up off the scrap heap. The guy didn't even get invited to the combine, but like he looked fresh legs. He was playing outside, inside. So it's good to see Mayo back too. Fresh. What are your thoughts on this defense? Did anything out of the ordinary stick out? Because I did want someone to bring up Bradbury. I wanted to talk a little bit about him. So
he's my guy. I love him. I was gonna say him and Williams are clearly top guys at their positions in the league. And then Martinez is the glue that kind of puts it all together. And I was a little torn in the beginning of the year with when we talked about the D tackles at the end of the year and who you let go. At this rate, like watching Leonard Williams, like you can't let him go. He's 26 years old. And I think, Tomlinson's the odd man out there. So that's where I'm at least. I don't care what it costs. I think you got to keep Leonard Williams.
what did you think about Bradbury? You said he's one of your guys. He had that great opposite field, knocked the ball out of bounds. He still is as advertised, right?
Yeah, he's just phenomenal in coverage. And I know that the announcers are like, oh, Brady likes this matchup with Mike Evans and Bradbury. Anybody one-on-one with Mike Evans, you're going to like that matchup, But Bradbury's good enough that we would just float him out there on an island and not even think twice about it.
Outside the touchdown, I think Evans only had 55
Didn't do
yards.
much.
So.
No.
And he's played against him. I think they played against each other 7 other times.
Yeah.
From same division.
Yeah, and Evans' catch was a phenomenal catch. He had to really work for that touchdown. And there was a PI call on Bradbury that was absolute bogus call again.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, the wide receiver basically mugged him.
It was just a horrible call, much
One
like
of
the rest
several,
of the game.
yeah.
But I've been tooting Leonard Williams' horn since the off season. I told you guys he was our best pass rusher, and he's turned into one. He's just a monster in there. Imagine if we had someone consistent on the edge,
like a real edge rusher.
Yeah, to help him out on the other side. You have yourself a guy that could put up 6+ sacks from the middle. Those are gold right there. So the key is getting Tomlinson on a decent contract so that you can get both, because I think you can fit it in. And one last thing, our boy Carter Coughlin with a sack. Look out for our 7th round pick right there. Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin both got in there. Future, baby. Future.
All right. I'm moving on because we got to talk about the elephant in the room. And I know everybody's going to want to take on this, and we're going to have to end our show on this. And I'm sure it's going to get a little bit heated because, like, I think I might just turn the screen off on all you guys. So we're going to talk about Jones, okay? Daniel Jones, and you guys all have your say. I've been going at it with people all day.
On Twitter, yeah, you were all over it.
Like, because listen, you have to understand something that nobody really is quite grasping is that, yes, he's a first-round draft pick. He should be carrying a team on his back. He should be making all these plays. I've seen this before. This is exactly verbatim what Eli Manning did. It is almost like it's the same player, okay? It's what young quarterbacks do when they're on bad teams, okay? They press. They push too hard, okay? He's a work in progress. That's all I can say. Like, he's a work in progress. This is the first time he's had a decent line. He's like, we're starting to use, as Michael Stewart said, we're starting to use Ingram in a different way. Like, this is a new coach, new system all over again. You're asking a lot out of a guy, okay? He's a work in progress. Should he make some of those throws? Yes. Were the 2 picks bad? Extremely. But I saw Eli Manning do the same thing. I saw Eli Manning getting sacked, take a ball, put it in his opposite hand, and try to pitch it, okay, as he was going down. I mean, with his offhand, he tried to pitch a ball, and it was a fumble. I saw him slide against Green Bay, head first, flip over because he landed so awkwardly and fumble. I saw him throw 6 picks in a game. I mean, I've seen him do some horrible things, and it's going to happen for Jones to some degree. I'm not comparing Eli Manning and Daniel Jones. I'm saying that in year 2, Eli Manning had Shockey and Toomer and Plaxico Burress and Snee and O'Hara, and he had a stud lineup, and he still made like just bonehead plays. This kid's got nothing. Yes, he has to. Like, the 2 picks, unacceptable. Take the sack, right? I think Spiro, we were talking about that. Take the sack, throw the ball out of bounds. Enough said. The other throws, we're talking about ticky-tack stuff. I mean, we just are. I mean, Spiro, I looked back at the tape. I took a snapshot of it. I tweeted it, okay? I don't know if the ball got lost in the lights, okay? But the ball is on the 11-yard line, and Slayton is still looking upfield. Never saw the ball until the ball was at the 5-yard line and he was at the 1-yard line. Like, he never tracked the ball. If he
I'm looking back at that one. I agree.
Yeah, he would have ran underneath it and caught it. If nobody believes me, just watch the film. You can literally stop the track. The ball is on the 11-yard line. Okay, the ball is here. Slayton is looking upfield. He never saw the ball. Okay, yes, he overthrew Shepard a little bit. Shepard maybe looked inside and slowed the route down. He missed Slayton on some throws. Yes, he missed throws. But let me ask you this. Was that first touchdown an amazing throw? Yeah, amazing throw, right? On one of the best linebackers in the game. 2, he went down fourth quarter, throws a laser to Tate, gets the PI call. Like, he's showing you something with not a lot to work with. So, like, yes, it sucks to lose, but the hate and the craziness that we're getting, get me a pass rusher, get me another cornerback, get me a tight end that's a real tight end. Like, worrying about this kid just seems crazy when I saw Eli Manning do it. Going to give it to you guys. Going to let you do your thing. I appreciate everybody. You listen to the Giants, guys. We're going to give you the Jones take. I know it's an emotional time. Half the people want him gone. Half people love him. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start with you, Fresh, because you released your Java with Jones piece tonight, and it was a real good piece. I love the Danny Crimes. Give me what you saw and what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think we can say that there's no talent around him. And then we can also say that if he made just one out of those 5 or 6 plays you mentioned, we would have won the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he missed 4 or 5 deep balls. Granted, you alluded to maybe 1 or 2 of them, maybe on the receiver. Okay. Just hit one of them, convert on one of them. and like the 2 bad picks. Like he makes good plays every game, but he's good for 2 turnovers a game. And I'm not saying get rid of him because I still think that he is our franchise quarterback, but that doesn't mean we can excuse these kinds of performances. Like he didn't get it done. He was poor. Like he shouldn't have even been on the field to drive them down for a winning touchdown. It's great that he did that, but like at the end of the day,
it was great that he did it. You see, that's like when someone says take 2 Super Bowls away from Eli Manning, and what has he got? You can't take away from what he did.
Yeah, you're right, but you could also not take away the putrid play before
100%.
that. Like and the thing about his mistakes is that like there are boneheaded mistakes, but then there's ones that come at crucial times that are momentum changing plays. And
Eli did it every Sunday.
That's fair. That doesn't mean that it's okay for him to do it, though. It wasn't okay when Eli did it, you know?
Young quarterbacks do that. Young quarterbacks will do that on bad teams.
Brett Favre did it his whole career. He made bonehead plays.
Go ahead, Michael Stewart. Run with it.
No, Brett Favre did it. God, when the Giants played against Green Bay and
he threw that pick to Webster right to him.
That was the most stupidest pass. I mean, that's a Hall of Famer at the time doing it.
And he's a loser, Brett Favre. He won 1 Super Bowl early in his career.
Dude, he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer at that moment. He was a Hall of Famer when he walked off the field.
I would take Brett Favre throwing lefty over 98% of the quarterbacks in the league.
I would say he's top 10, not top 5, but
dude, please, that's another show.
Top 10. You're talking.
Go ahead, Spear. What do you got?
Listen, I'm fully acknowledging Danny Jones he's young. He's still working his way through a lot of things. You heard Bruce Arians, he knows his quarterbacks. He said it seemed like a young man trying to force things and make things happen. And that's exactly what Jones has done. But the problem is that's what he's done since Duke. Like, at what point are we going to turn the corner? Listen, he's on pace right now in a passing league for 14 touchdowns and 18 picks. Those numbers, Eli in his worst season, second worst season. But let's just say, like, Eli's second season, he threw for 24 touchdowns, 17 interceptions.
Hold it. Tell me who he threw those to.
Listen, I understand.
Wait. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because good receivers make bad
Everybody
quarterbacks
acknowledges
look good.
that he's not. He's missing Barkley. He doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver. I understand that, but at some point, like, that game was on a platter for Daniel Jones to take it. You gave him like 3 chances in the fourth quarter to make it happen, and again, like Mikey Fresh said, that first pick was a game changer because we just got a 44-yard return. It was 14-6. We were going for the jugular there, and all he had to do was take a sack there. It's not like we were down 21 points there. We're up. You got to be situational. Situationally, it just seems like he doesn't have that instinct that Eli had. Eli at least had some good instincts. Sometimes I wonder how Danny Jones went to Duke. So he makes these boneheaded plays.
Yes, I don't make the connection at all. Like I love what you're saying. I do, because the game was on him. Like but the thing is that losing
Eli Manning was also pre-Twitter. You have to acknowledge that that's a thing. Like the media is out. Yeah. I mean, they might have. They very well might have.
Would have been wrong.
Yeah. Everything is all true. They lost because of the plays that Jones made. There's a difference, though. They lost the game because of the plays that Jones made, right? But on the other side, what they're doing is they're getting better because of what Jones is doing. The difference is they need to start doing this, right? And right now, you're like this.
Yeah, they haven't played complimentary football
Correct.
yet.
I'm acknowledging that, but the motion that these people want of getting rid of him, that he's just a moron and he's terrible and all this stuff, is like I can't fathom the fact that the guy goes down the field and puts you in a game-winning situation.
Don't get rid of him, but again, he's got to be better.
Well, who is it?
He does have to get better. And Eli and Brett Favre and John Elway and Montana, they all had to get better at some point. Jones will have to get better at some point. But there's that they played against Tom Brady in the 4th ranked defense. Like, what did you expect to happen? The points were 11. We were supposed to lose by 11 points, and they didn't. Like, the point is that like he's not a big time player yet. None of us know if he'll be a big time player. But that game, we were supposed to get our ass kicked. We all know that. But because we didn't get our ass kicked, now the expectations went through the roof, right? He should have won. We should have won by 20 points. Crazy talk. Jeff, talk to me.
I don't want to compare Daniel Jones to Eli Manning or anybody else. I'm comparing him to day one Daniel Jones when we got him, because if you open the door to comparing him to Eli, you open the door to comparing him to other rookies who have had more success with the same no offseason, new playbook, new coach, everything. There are guys who are having success.
Name me one.
What's the number one pick doing for the Bengals right now? Joe Burrow slinging the ball. Herbert slinging the ball.
Are those new coaches?
Are you going to let me make my point?
Maybe.
I waited patiently. The defense for Daniel him all year has been the O-line stinks. Receivers can't get separation.
Yep.
Last night, receivers were open. Last night, the protection was there. He made some beautiful throws. He got Deion Lewis on that touchdown. The Tate touchdown was unbelievable, but he made some inexcusable mistakes at the same time. I'm not part of the crowd saying bench him or even to draft another quarterback, but you're blind if you don't see it. Some problems that are his own, that are not about the scheme or the coaches or his O-line. He's making mistakes over and over that he did in week 1 of his first game. He's good for 2 turnovers a game, 35 turnovers in his 20 games. So don't reference anybody named Manning, who may be a complete exception to that. Turnovers are poison, and you can't defend them. He's got 13 turnovers this season. Of them, 8 of them led to points for the other team. Our defense is keeping us in games, and we're losing those close games because we're giving the other team free possessions.
Yep.
I don't see us winning games because of our quarterback, and that's what concerns me. I'm riding with him. I'm not saying dump him. I'm not saying draft a quarterback. I'm saying he clearly needs to get better. And you can't say he's the guy, be patient. It's still 2 turnovers every single game. And that's why we're not winning. The defense is keeping us in.
It's one of the reasons why you're not winning. I mean, you lost your franchise running back. You have 3 rookie linemen. You have no real number 1 wide receiver and a tight end that last week you called a dumpster fire. So your point, very well taken. You can't win by turning the ball over. It's just a fact in the NFL, right?
And that's my gripe, is the turnovers. And they were him forcing plays when after his 20th start, he should know to throw the ball away. He should know to protect the ball, because that's been the thing on him since day one.
So, and the reason why, I know we're not talking about Manning, but the only reason why I'm saying is that, like, I've seen this before. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, I saw Eli Manning just want to make a play. And it turns out most of the time when you press that hard, it don't work out. So he needs to get better, without a doubt.
Daniel Jones' biggest issue right now is that this team is bad enough to where they're going to be in contention to get possibly another a fantastic quarterback that might be more talented than him. And Eli Manning didn't have that issue because the team around him was better.
Ooh, much.
You're gonna have a new GM that didn't, and a coach that didn't draft Daniel Jones in position to draft possibly Lawrence or Fields. And like it or not, Daniel Jones has an 8-game trial period right here that he needs to start showing something of cutting down on turnovers.
The fact is that he hasn't played well enough to take drafting a quarterback out of the conversation.
Right.
And you have to be honest about that.
That's just so funny, because I just look at like guys like Trubisky, you know what I mean? And these guys, like teams just don't turn that fast on the resources that they have, right? It's a
Trubisky's done.
What's that?
Trubisky's done for Foles. They turn on him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they keep wanting to give him a chance. You know what I mean? Like
it's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah. So the issue, not the issue, the point, Spirit, you made was really good. Was like when you're constantly in these games, one play and you win, right? I think Mikey Fresh, you said that one play you win, right? They just lost 3 games. by 6 points. One play each game, right? Maybe you win. This team could be what, 4-4?
Yeah.
I think it's
3 and 5.
They
Daniel
should
Jones,
have at least three. They should have 3
At least
wins.
2 more wins, yeah.
like until recent weeks, our offense wasn't scoring any points. And I think it's 3 times this season in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, we didn't come out on top in any of those games. Like
Yeah.
we're a Washington 2-point conversion away from being winless, and we were in games. So like Daniel Jones, it's an uphill battle, but he hasn't won us a game because of him. Not once.
It's just so interesting because I look at it totally different. I'm like, if he doesn't scramble and make those first downs, you're not in the game. You know what I mean? If he doesn't make those throws yesterday to Slayton, if he doesn't move down the field, you're not in the game. Like,
True.
But you look at that one play that fourth down play they threw to Slayton. He backed up into a defensive end and somehow like got the play off. Let's be honest. Slayton saved Jones there. Slayton,
totally.
and then Jones almost threw a pick on that same drive right into the linebacker's hands that would have ended the game 4 plays earlier. It's just that the down to down inconsistency is so it's a roller coaster. And I did feel that way early on in Eli's career, but then he started to eventually turn the corner. We got to start seeing the corner here now that Garrett's got a little bit better idea how to use them. You know, his weapons are starting to get healthier. The line's starting to get better. Let's start seeing the QB get better.
Who's I like that, Spiro. That was a good point. Good take. What's the wide receiver everybody's in love with? They want in free agency.
Allen Robinson or Galladay?
So, no, Robinson. So Robinson's on this team with Slayton and Shepard, and Barkley's in the backfield. We're 4-4. We're 5-3.
We could be 4-4 without him. So definitely.
You know, and again, it's not an excuse. It's just it is what it is. He was the deciding factor why they lost, no doubt. He's going to get better. How much better? I don't know. None of us know. Next year will be that deciding year, right? You're not drafting Lawrence and you're drafting Fields. You got too much equity built into Jones, but he has to get better. And by the way, just because I saw Michael Stewart, do you not think that, again, another new coach, another new system, is Jones a better quarterback next year?
Listen, I've always said you put talent around him, he's going to shine. And yes, he has struggled. Jeff made good points. Spiro made good points. Fresh makes good points. But the kid has potential. And you watch him on certain plays. He does something that, you know, a franchise quarterback does do. Those throws he makes sometimes, pretty impressive.
Completely agree. He does enough. He does enough to keep you in love with him.
Yeah.
I just want him to win us a game. One game.
He's this year or his career?
But Jeff, did he not throw the pass to Ingram to win the game last week and Ingram dropped the ball?
Fair.
It's like,
but I mean, he had 2 turnovers again.
But it wouldn't have mattered because what we talked about, remember, where's my sign that says, where is it? You know, we sat around and we waited for Ingram to do something and we said, oh, finally, right? We said finally, and he dropped it anyway, right? The game was on the line. Jones drops back, throws Spiro. Tape measure. You got it?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
No, last week, 100%.
He won you the game. He won you the game with a throw and your tight end dropped it.
He did enough. He did enough last week. I'm with you. That's on Ingram last week. I'm just saying he's 4-16 as a starter. We were in a lot of games. I would like to see him put the dagger in somebody and be a franchise quarterback in spite of the uphill battle. You know what I mean? In spite of everything against him. I'm not saying bench him or draft a quarterback. I'm still riding with DJ. I'm saying go win us some games. Like show us a little killer instinct. That's what I want.
Thirded.
Well, put us in position to win games. You got to take baby steps here.
Right.
No?
I'm in between because here's the thing. I think that when he does do something like great, right? Something doesn't go right. Penalty. We've had some crazy penalties and a bunch of drop balls. Then when he's got help, he bonks, right? So like it's just 2020, man. It's like,
this was really unfortunate because this was the first game that he had a good, and I can't believe it happened against this defense, but he
Yeah,
had protection
seriously.
and he had he had deep shot chances. There were miscues that I don't put totally on him because Slayton got lost in the lights a couple times, like whatever, but like there were chances, there were plays out there, and he's this close. And it's a shame. It's a shame that he was off on a lot of those big plays because he also made some brilliant plays. It's just a shame that on national TV, when he finally had the help and the Giants played their best game of the year, that he missed on, and he made some bad mistakes. So
you know what I'll say before we go, and if you guys want to comment, it's up to you guys. Is we're not a deep threat team right now. So also reminds me when the Giants got Plaxico, Eli started throwing the ball downfield more, right? Because he had something. Like I don't think he thinks about Slayton running around in the out and up down the sideline because we're a mid, we're a short to mid team. We're not a mid to long team. So I'm hoping that like if you bring in this Allen Robinson or you bring in a guy that can stretch the field, you can actually start throwing the ball down the field more.
Changes like everything. Memory. How much better is Slayton when you have an Allen Robinson or somebody on the other side? Like, are you kidding me? With Shep still getting open?
Question: you guys are talking about Allen Robinson. How are they going to bring him in if you're going to keep both Tomlinson and Williams? And they can keep Zeitler on the roster.
Well, Zeitler.
Yeah, it's kind of known that if you're looking to free the money, it's $12 million, right? I think Spiro, it's $12 million. If you're even going to attempt to bring in Robinson and keep Tomlinson and Williams,
they got to rework Solder's deal or figure out something to do with Solder.
Solder, Zeitler, Tate will go. I don't know what Tate's dead money.
Soldier's contract rolls over, so whatever he was going to make next year.
They might have to restructure it. Maybe
I think turn into both a couple of times, haven't they?
I don't know if you could keep restructuring and take some bonus, pay him some bonus money.
That stinks, man. That deal, that's really stinks because now our line is young and they're looking good, and now we got this old guy we can't use that's getting paid $18 million. He may
will start next year when he comes back if Pert and Thomas get better.
Yeah, you can't trade him.
And there's really no big paid guys. I mean, Bradbury and Martinez are the only two guys getting paid outside of Williams.
Williams for now, yeah.
There's no offensive guy on that team besides Zeitler getting paid.
I just want to say I'm proud of you guys for staying friendly during the Daniel Jones debate. Okay,
we kept it civil. We kept it civil, guys.
Well, dude, there are psychos out there.
When the Giants guys go out and have beers.
Hey, just don't confuse the people in this Zoom with the trolls on Twitter.
Danny Jones,
we're not the psychos on Twitter.
Go out and win the game next week against the Redskins. Have yourself a game.
Oh,
no turnovers.
That's a beat their ass. That's a beat their ass matchup.
Winning streak right
Win it by more than a point.
They should kick their ass after how they just played last week. They should absolutely kick Washington's ass this week.
Yes.
You know it's going to be a
good
close
note to
game.
End on kicking someone's ass. It's not our own. You're listening to the Giants, guys. Check out nygiantsrush.com for some great insight. I'm sure the film room will be ready to roll pretty soon, and it'll be all about Daniel Jones because he sucks. And God with Jones up there. Pilgrim's Point will be up there. Coach's Corner is probably already up there. Check it out. Smalls, we hope I told her to create a calendar reminder that we need an injury report. And by the way, the people love her report, Killing Me Smalls. People, that's my name. That's what I do. I name these things. Okay. Some credit here. I got an eye for talent. Thank you. We are OUT. Oh.